Bugs Bunny, superheroes, Cugel the Clever, the Odyssey are not exactly the first things that come to mind when thinking about Doctor Who, but they all have a connection. Today I'm going to be talking about specifically that. Hi, my name is Luis Escobar. I'm a storyboard artist on the Simpsons television show. I've been working on the show for 20 plus years now. I was trying to explain the appeal of Doctor Who to a friend of mine who hasn't watched the show. I was a bit lost for words. I wasn't sure how to describe the show. I mean, I could say it's about a Time Lord and his companion who travel through space and time and have great adventures, but that doesn't quite cut it. I would then try to describe the character of the Doctor, trying to compare him to a type of hero they might be familiar with. That way they had the quote-unquote feel of what the character was like, but then I couldn't think of any. Was that why he was so appealing? He was so unique that he created his own archetype? This got me thinking. Why did I like him so much? What did I like about the show? What appealed to me? Well, for starters, his stories are superhero stories. What I mean by this is that Doctor Who is written in stories that superheroes would feel perfectly at home in. Some incredibly powerful villain has some sort of plan to destroy and enslave or conquer the Earth, or some race of people, or time itself, or the entire universe, and it's up to the Doctor to stop it. It's something that you can imagine Superman doing, but instead you have some dude in a suit and tie and a screwdriver with no superpowers at all doing the job. But how? How does he do it? Most superheroes end up having some kind of super fight to get the job done, but the Doctor has no powers. Well, he does it with his wits. The Doctor's really smart and really clever. He solves these super villainous dilemmas with his brain. Is there any other hero that does something like this? Is this a pre-existing heroic archetype? At first I thought, no. But then I remembered Bugs Bunny. Bugs isn't strong. He often gets bullied and picked on. When the antagonists push him too far, though, he pushes back. Of course, this means war, you often hear him say. Not with his muscles, but with his mind. He outwits his opponents and makes them look like fools. This is very reminiscent of what Doctor Who does. Okay, so now we have two characters who are similar, Bugs and the Doctor. But are they it? Well, no, actually. Jack Vance wrote a fantasy character that I really love called Cugel the Clever. He's a character in the Dying Earth series. He's really witty, and he's an underhanded jerk and a thief who gets himself into all kinds of horrible situations, but then he would have to think his way out of them. The personality of this character's differ from that. His character differs from that of Doctor Who, but Cugel is no hero, but the archetype is the same. So how far does this archetype go? Odysseus/Ulysses from the Odyssey is exactly this archetype. This famous tactician of the Trojan War got into all kinds of dangerous situations which he couldn't get out of just by fighting. He would get into dangers that would do Superman proud. He used his wits to get out of those situations, just like Bugs and Cugel and the Doctor. So it turns out that the Doctor does have an archetype, and it's a very old one, which explains why he works so well. I personally think that the ultimate appeal of this archetype is that the whole that could potentially be me factor. You think to yourself, maybe if I'm clever enough, I could just be just like that guy. Heck, I know I want to be as clever as the Doctor. Well, realizing this has made me better able to explain the Doctor to people. Nowadays, when I describe Doctor Who to someone who is unfamiliar with the show, I say this. The Doctor is like a superhero without any superpowers who fights supervillains throughout time and space by using his wits and cleverness, like Odysseus from the Odyssey. And you know what? I think would be totally cool if at some point they write an episode where the Doctor teams up with Odysseus. I think that would be epic. Well, I hope you liked my little talk about Doctor Who. What do you think? Do you think Doctor Who is anywhere near or close to being like Bugs or Cugel or Odysseus? Am I totally on crack? Let me know. Leave a comment on my blog below. If while you're at it, why don't you sign up to get my newsletter? If you do, you'll get a free copy of my art of book called Angel Cowgirl, which is also available for purchase on Amazon if you'd rather buy the print copy rather than get a free digital copy. Usually on my newsletter, I talk about my work on The Simpsons and things like that. All right, so I guess I'll talk to you next time. All right, and bye.